Guys, it's me, 21 Maxwell again, and we have another EWR recap video. Last night, which was Wednesday the 19th of March into Thursday the 20th, we decided to book some more EWR, and it's kind of went down the drain basically. Not really some bad booking skills, but by some bad decision making, and I'm going to explain that in a minute. Once we quickly cover through August, I managed to get August and September done. So make sure the video's not too long, we'll just quickly recap through Impact Wrestling for the 7th of August with Austin Aries, his title, saying I'm the champion, stuff like that. Then move on to a promo promoting Drew McIntyre, his tag team partner Rob Terry, who's now left us because we released one of his pals. Velvet Sky and Chris Sabin have an interview, and then Chris Sabin beats El Generico. I think we're going to go with the idea if you're putting Chris Sabin into the X Division just to give El Generico somebody that's competitive, that's a heel. With Kevin Steen beat the Boy Creed. Briscoe Brothers beat Bad Influence, which is going to eventually end in a title run for the Briscoe Brothers, with an angle involving MVP being stopped, more on that later. A one-on-one angle between Rude and Cowboy James Storm. Basically they're going to feud all the way through until the last call, I think it's called. It's a pay-per-view in December. We're making that a WrestleMania. Chris Hero bet John Morrison, and then Chris Hero kind of cut a promo after it saying, "Is this all you can give me? Give me proper competition." Before Austin Aries and Abyss beat Sting and Kurt Angle in the main event. The next show, back on the Wrestling War Wednesday show, another interview between Velvet Sky and Chris Sabin. We decided we were going to job out Chris Daniels, so he was going to lose to the Boy Creed. We had a debut for Bad Bones attacking MVP. That'll lead to something. Briscoe Brothers gaining a bit of momentum again by beating the British Invasion, followed by Chris Hero getting a shock win over Jeff Hardy. Again, we'll get the Boy Creed beating Christopher Daniels in the 14th of August edition. Matt Striker debuts then. He's going to be the manager of Bad Bones, and then we introduce his tag team partner, which is Chris Dickinson. So basically, they're just going to be a hard-hitting tag team until they get their overness over. Then we have Solomon Crow just telling Al Snow retire, go away, because Al Snow's got a retirement angle, so I thought I'd use that there. More momentum for the Briscoe Brothers. We tried to debut a video with Rachel Summerlin, but I don't know if it might be too early for her. And then other stuff, we have Billy Ray and Sting in an angle, with El Generico getting an upset victory over the champion. I think it was via DQ. And then Jeff Hardy drew against Kurt Angle due to somebody getting involved and causing a double DQ and whatnot. The following show is the pay-per-view Aftershock, which saw John Morrison beat Manic in the dark match. El Generico retained his title against Chris Sabin. Chris Hero retained his television championship by beating Adam Cole. The Briscoe Brothers became tag team champions after beating Bad Influence. A massive flop was the Creatures of the Night 6-man tag against the Disciples of the Sin, so as you can imagine, both stables have been deleted essentially. They've been disbanded. Raven's been released, and one of the Creatures of the Night has actually turned heel eventually, but we'll get to that. Bobby Roode drew with James Storm. That's going to lead to a massive feud. There's had a couple of draws between them. Sting beat Billy Ray in an I Quit match just to take Billy Ray off of television. He's actually now been future endeavoured because we tried to bring him back as a face and it just didn't work, so to save money we got rid of him. We have an authority angle, which is MVP being basically challenged by the new authority figure, which is Shane McMahon. To compete with WWE you need a bit of star power, so I thought bringing in Shane would hopefully help that. And in the main event we've got Austin Aries defending his title against Kurt Angle and retaining. So we get an 87 for that, which is decent. After this, we then have Jimmy Jacobs. I mentioned heel turn as he turns on Rhett Titus, because I was going to put him up with Kyle O'Reilly, so hopefully eventually they'll debut when I actually have enough segments to get everybody in the show. Another interview with Matt Striker with his tag team. Again, we're jobbing out Christopher Daniels now. He's 42, so I thought we might as well put him back down to the X Division and stuff like that and try and get people over. Chris Hero beat Colt Cabana. Austin Aries beat James Storm due to interference. And then just another angle between Shane and MVP. And that brings us on to the 21st edition. We have Ric Flair appearing for some reason. We signed Ric Flair to an open contract just again for more star power. We're going to use him as this kind of secret investor with Shane McMahon. Another interview with Matt Striker with his tag team. Kyle O'Reilly's debut with Jimmy Jacobs. We have Kazarian defeating Jonathan Gresham. I'm going to push Jonathan Gresham. Eventually need to get a manager, but just technical and speed is just phenomenal in this. Another win for the boy Creed against Christopher Daniels. Same with Hero against John Morrison. We had Mercedes Martinez defeat Celeste Bonin for the Knockouts Championship. I think Celeste will be able to hang it with the top divas that are coming up, or top knockouts that are coming up, so we decided to put the title on Martinez, and then hopefully we'll get some good women's feuds. Kevin Steen defeated Kurt Angle. I'm trying to push people, but keep Kurt Angle up there at the same time, just because Kurt's like 46, and after what happened with AJ Styles, I really need to start building new stars. Another angle between the Cowboy and Robert Roode, and then Austin Aries defeated Sting in the main event to get some overness, before Ric Flair comes out and announces that he's the co-investor with Shane McMahon. Then we move on to the 27th of August, Wrestling War Wednesday. Shane McMahon interview, another interview with Matt Striker. I'm just trying to get them over. It's pretty much actually the same kind of show as most. I'm bringing back Alex Shelley just to try and get some people some overness, because Alex Shelley's like 94, because he's been at Japan basically getting over, so I'm trying to bring him down a bit until I can get him on a written contract. And then we move on to Impact Wrestling. We have Shane McMahon announced the match between Roode and Cowboy James Storm. We have an interview with Velvet Sky and Chris Sabin, a 95 rating for that, so Velvet's really come on since she's come up for development. I think she's like an 86 rating now for overness. When she came up she was like 66, so that shows you how well the interview segments have done for her. Drew McIntyre defeated the boy Creed. Mercedes Martinez retains her title against Celeste Bonin. Adam Cole beat Doug Williams. A hype video with the Briscoes. El Generico beat Alex Shelley, then just an interview with Alex Shelley proving how raging he is. Chris Hero defeats Jeff Hardy, and in the main event, a great match between James Storm and Bobby Roode. Now, unfortunately, after this, I decided I don't need Impact Wrestling because the ratings weren't there. We'll try and get another show. And unfortunately, we didn't get another show. The Impact Wrestling contract ran out, so basically, for the next month, we were down to Wrestling War Wednesday, and that was it. The reason it's up to 11 segments is because I lost the show, I had to apply for a primetime show. Thankfully we got it, so we're getting massive ratings, but we only have one show over 11 segments. Unfortunately for October, which is the month I've booked after this, we still don't have a show, so that's just basically going to be 4 shows and then a pay-per-view again. And hopefully we went for CBS again, and hopefully they'll pick us up and can start a second TV show in November, because there's so many wrestlers to debut, and you'll see that after I go through these shows as well. We've got a lot of people up in September. I managed to debut a few of them, so you'll probably see a few familiar names. We started with a Kurt Angle interview, saying he wants the title, and then we debuted Grado. I created Grado, I didn't give him that great stats. His overness is low, I think he's only got decent charisma and everything else is pretty poor. So we're going to make him an authority figure. So he's in there. We had Prince Devitt defeat Jonathan Gresham. We then had a couple of angles there with Bad Bones. Another interview with Velvet Sky and Chris Sabin. Manic beat Kazarian, as we're now going to job out Kazarian and Christopher Daniels. Chris Hero interview. Kevin Steen beating John Morrison. Another angle continuing the feud between the Cowboy and Robert Roode. Then Austin Aries defeats Kurt Angle in the main event. Following week we have an interview with James Storm, with El Generico beating Devitt in a 90% match. For an opener, that's incredible. MVP defeated Dickinson and Bad Bones in a handicap match. He wouldn't put them over, so we had to go with the DQ victory. An interview with Mr. Anderson to give him something to do, with Chris Hero beating Jeff Hardy, again trying to get Jeff down. Jonathan Gresham beating Christopher Daniels. An interview with Grado, then Grado telling Colt Cabana he's got his back. And then Aries hyping up the main event, which him and Bobby Roode win. Then we have a manager angle, again Velvet Sky asking Kurt Angle, will you give Chris Sabin a match? Then Matt Striker with another promo with his guys. Grado then in an interview, and then Grado beating Alex Kozlov. We then have Shad Gaspard debut and take out Jeff Hardy. Jonathan Gresham defeats Kazarian. Jay Lethal beats Roderick Strong. Despite the fact Roderick Strong never won a match for us, his overness is went through the roof, so he's been paired up by a manager, and hopefully he'll get future pushes. A brawl between Hero and Cabana. Briscoe Brothers win another victory. Morrison gets the overness for Shelley, and Chris Sabin wins the main event over Kurt Angle thanks to interference from our champion Austin Aries. And we move on to I think it's a go home show, which is on host angle between Angle and Aries, just to try and hype up the main event. You see Angelina Love debuts as Roderick Strong's manager. Bad Bones defeats Willie Mack. A comedy angle where Grado gives OTB flowers. Prince Devitt then beats Manic. Shad Gaspard again attacks Jeff Hardy. A John Morrison hype video before he defeats Alex Shelley. The Briscoe brothers defend their titles again against Bad Influence, and that was just to get them on the card. Cabana and Adam Cole beat Chris Hero and Kevin Steen, and then we finish off with a contract signing between Bobby Roode and Cowboy James Storm. And that took me into my last show, which was Devastation, which was my September pay-per-view. Said the aforementioned Billy Ray face turn, saving MVP for Bad Bones. This is it didn't work, so he has been future endeavoured. Shad Gaspard defeated Jeff Hardy. John Morrison and Kevin Steen went to a draw. Let's kind of push both of them. Prince Devitt wins the X Division Championship from El Generico. I'm going to run with Devitt as champion for a bit to see what happens. He's really good technical and speed stats. Colt Cabana wins the European Championship, the Feels Like European Championship, the Television Championship from Chris Hero. Basically going to turn Chris Hero face and give him a main event push. The Briscoes defend their championships against the British Invasion. Adam Cole gets some overness from beating Alex Shelley. James Storm defeats Bobby Roode. And then Austin Aries again retains his title against Kurt Angle. I really need to change up the main event, but we lack so many main event stars that it's just not possible. So a quick show of television, you can see just the one show, which we're now getting up to 7.30 ratings. You know, we're getting good with them. You see I've sent out my promo tape, I'll hear back from them at the end of the month. The only thing I can quickly show you is the next pay-per-view is going to be Bound for Glory, which will be the 26th. I say my WrestleMania is going to be TNA Last Stand. I like doing it at the end of the year, so in January I can just start afresh. So we're building up to that this month. I've got a TV show tonight actually, the 1st October. And to let you know how much people we've got left to bring in and why we need an extra show, we're still at 204 workers in development, right? That number was at 300 odd at one point. And considering our writing staff have given us all of these people to debut that I need to try and fit in. See, I've still to debut Joey Ryan, Victor, Harry Smith, Cheerleader, Melissa. I've still got Zack Ryder's in there. Crazy. Emil Sitokli could be a big star. Ted DiBiase. I mean, there's so many massive stars there that will look to debut, and hopefully, once I can build enough main eventers, I can get a brand split as well, so I can get everybody on the cards. And the last bit of information you need from last night is we lost Sting to an 8-month injury, which is now 6 months, so I say lucky main eventers. And I also lost Eddie Kingston for 16 months, so that's down to 14 months now, so hopefully he'll come back. Here's his sprawl and charisma still massive, so we might still use him. But that's it for today. I'm hopefully going to stream some EWR pretty much just after this video goes live. Get a couple of months done before dinner, and then hopefully some FM before during the Europa League. So always guys, if you want, like that video, so if you're not already, hit subscribe. As always, if you're playing EWR, please let me know how you're getting on, how you're booking and stuff like that. And until next time guys, thanks for viewing, and I shall see you later on. Bye bye.